Hello again, my friends.
Oh, it's so great to be back.
So the wildfires haven't stopped yet, as we see wildfires rip through California wine country. Tens of thousands of people are fleeing.
Which is really sad. That's kind of really messing with a lot of people's livelihoods.
Yeah, they are spreading at a dangerous rate, and some say the whole area is kind of getting encircled. As we see here, this tweet, 2 new wildfires in California will burn almost 10,000 acres in a single day. It's just been a horrible season. Every season seems to get worse and worse and worse.
For the last 3 or 4 years, yeah.
Yeah, it sure has. Wildfire in Northern California's Napa Valley quadruples in size, as we see the photos there. And the fire season in California has taken a huge toll. If you look at that, since the beginning of the year, there have been more than 8,100 wildfires that have burned more than 3.7 million acres across the state. And that's according to California Fire. Since August 15th, when California's fire activity elevated, 26 people have died. More than 7,000 structures have been destroyed.
Which is really terrible. I'm so sorry for those folks over there.
Yes, our prayers are with you for some rain. And here you see China is facing a food shortage crisis, that is for sure. The severe flooding in southern China has lasted for more than 3 months this year, caused a substantial reduction in summer grain production. Well, we were talking about the Russian bumper crop, and Russia and China are allied, so I wonder, will China just simply buy more Russian grain?
Probably, and my guess is yes.
And again, this all points to what we're seeing around the world with the possibility of big wars breaking out, unfortunately. As you see here, severe weather hits Southeast Europe, leaving at least 5 people dead. And so severe weather affecting Southeastern Europe over the past couple of days resulted in a significant drop in temperatures. Strong winds, hail, high elevation snow, very heavy rain, floods, landslides, and dozens of waterspouts, of which some turned into damaging tornadoes. At least 5 people were killed in Italy, the worst affected country. And again, Italy and California, that's where a lot of the world's wine production is. I'm really a fan of France's wine, honestly.
He is.
Yeah, it's a weak point. So nearly 830,000 affected as Sudan faces unprecedented challenges amid the worst flood in a century. And one of our friends in Uganda, he was just saying that he's lost many people that he knows.
Yeah, that's really concerning. Very, very concerning what's going on there right now.
And of course, these are 2 different countries, but Africa is getting really hard hit. India has been smashed with floods. You name it, and China as well. And of course, we have our own issues here with the western U.S. just going up in flames. 225,000 affected. 3rd wave of flooding hits Assam, India. So this is what we were talking about. These areas, it's definitely, some of the areas are just going to be having horrid crop production this year.
They will. We're sorry for that too. That's so sad.
So this is again where if we could get some serious leadership on this planet, of which we know, just in yours truly humble opinion, I think that the leadership of this planet really has to go. Mm-hmm. It has to go. I mean, if you look at what's being done, it's just ridiculous. Really. So much of this could be averted. There are some things that are 100% natural. Other things seem to be amplified through weather warfare. And, of course, what we have going on is, it just seems there's just agendas going on that don't have humanity's best interests in mind. And, keep in mind, we speak pretty plainly. We would love to speak even more plainly. But as the censorship keeps growing, it gets harder and harder to speak plainly. And, of course, that's part of the whole plan that's underway right now as well. You got a situation like this, 25,000 acres of cropland and 219 villages inundated, hundreds of people taking shelter in relief camps, people drowning in the floodwaters. And there's so many people across the globe that have been displaced in the last 3 years. I just would like to really see what the true numbers are. And yet still, the leadership of countries doesn't know what to do but create more problems.
Yeah. And point the finger and, blame the other person. That's all they're good for, is pointing the finger back and forth. That's it.
That's so true. It's just, blame it on the left, blame it on the right, and blame it on everybody. But, but that's part of what we have going on. It's part of the bigger picture. And so a lot of people have been noticing we're going from summer to winter without spring and fall. That seems to be the tendency, as the differences between the cold fronts and the warm fronts, everything is just amplifying, and it's getting more intense, leading to more intense storms, more issues with crop loss, and of course all these weather disasters. So we have a strong cold front. It's going to push across the central U.S. through the first half of the week, bringing thunderstorms, significant drop in temperatures, and a return to below normal readings in its wake. And ultimately, it's going to go cold. Of course, we still have the one side that's blaming everything on carbon emissions and talking about runaway greenhouse gases. Again, the methane that is released when the permafrost melts is way more than what we get from the cars. And of course the sun has a huge factor in our weather, and it's so interesting that the mainstream just ignores the effect of the sun in the bigger scheme of things.
They absolutely do. They're good at ignoring stuff too.
Oh yeah, but again, it's all agendas. Worst storm of the season hits New Zealand, bringing disruptive snow and strong winds. And we talked to our good friend Tina in New Zealand, and she was saying that there was 2 tractor trailers going over a bridge that got completely blown over with the winds. The winds are intense, and people, as you see here, saying, "What the heck? Look at all this snow. Show us your snow. Winter wonderland."
Wow. That's actually pretty.
It is. I'm actually kind of looking forward to seeing a little snow this year. It's... Well, we've spent a lot of time around Death Valley, and so, we'll welcome a little snow. As you see here, Catesbridge just recorded Northern Ireland's coldest September temperature of all time. 25 degrees. There was a time when I'd go out there and meditate shirtless in 25 degrees. Maybe I'll try it again this year, because I am feeling a lot of Kundalini fire. So
yeah, we'll both do it this year.
Well, I don't know about you doing. Unprecedented spring snow hits parts of Australia as regions suffer their coldest September temperatures ever recorded. This is what we're seeing a lot of. Ever recorded. Record-smashing snow buries the higher elevations of Europe. A full month before normal. And do you know what else is burning in California? POT.
Oh no!
Yeah.
How sad.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people running outside and inhaling deeply.
Inhaling, absolutely. Never let a good thing go to waste.
Well, this is a huge business now.
It is.
It's a huge business, and this is the nation's biggest producing region of that substance. So, it reminds me of Cheech and Chong's Up in Flames. Wasn't that one? Up in Smoke. You guys remember Cheech and Chong out there? Well, we've been getting a slow disclosure going on. Here we see out of the Associated Press, salty lakes, ponds may be gurgling underneath the South Pole and Mars. So is there some microbial Martian life going on there still?
Or are they trying to break something to us?
A network of salty ponds may be gurgling beneath the South Pole of Mars, alongside a large underground lake, raising the prospect of tiny swimming Martian life. So, yeah, and we talk about inner Earth and inner Earth civilizations, Agartha, Shambhala, Shangri-La. What about inner Mars civilizations perhaps still being there? Are the Anunnaki still there? We have gotten it from sources that, they are.
I definitely feel that for sure.
They are still there, guys. And the Gigi are still on Earth.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting.
Yeah. So a slow disclosure still underway. Thank you guys for your support on Patreon and Ko-Fi. We could not do it without you. As always, stay prepared out there. God bless and namaste.
Namaste.